Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. This reading is a follow-on really from a set of readings that I did for empaths, and in one of the readings that I did it became very clear that the message to all of you beautiful empathic people who tuned into that particular reading was to use your gifts as a way of actually earning money, as a way of navigating your life. You're finding a profession that aligned with your natural intuitive, your natural sensitivity, all of the gifts that you as empaths have. And so I said in that particular reading that I would do a follow-on, and this is what these readings are today, a follow-on for empaths about your calling, your vocation, your purpose, how your gifts can be manifested into the world in a way that will enable you not just to give but also to receive. So this is what these readings are. We are going to draw 3 cards to guide you in first of all. So I am seeing card 1, I'm seeing card 2, and I'm seeing card 3 for our readings. And for those of you that like a bit of additional information as well, we'll draw we'll draw a rune and also a charm. So reading number 1, we have the card of the 3 little pigs. Here it is. Reading number 2, we have the Earth Child. And reading number 3, we have Little Red Cap. Okay, let's draw a rune as well. And also a charm. Okay, so reading 1, you have 3 little pigs. There is the Eiffel Tower, a little charm of the Eiffel Tower. And we have the Rune of Possessions. The Rune of Possessions of Nourishment. Okay. Reading number 2, Earth Child, we have the Rune of Gateway. And we have the charm of the Sand Dollar. Reading number 3, in fact, let me just show you what that looks like, nice and close up for you. Reading number 3, we have the Fishbone. And we have the Rune of Wholeness, along with Little Red Cap. Okay. So I'm going to leave the camera running for just a few moments longer to give you some time to tune into which of these readings is speaking to you. It could of course be more than one, in which case it would be interesting because it may be that there is more than one of your gifts that could be integrated into your calling, your purpose, your vocation. But super empaths, I will see you in just a moment in the readings. Tons of love. I'll put the timestamps in the description box and I'll also pin them in a comment so that they are easy to connect to. See you in a moment in the readings. Hey, welcome, reading number 1. I have to say I am incredibly fascinated by your reading already. I always am by every reading, of course, but this is just really interesting because we have the 3 little pigs, which is actually the card of judgment in a traditional tarot pack. We have the Eiffel Tower. And we have the Rune of Possessions of Nourishment. This is unexpected rewards, gains, surprises, ambitions satisfied. Now, whatever your calling or your purpose, the one thing that this combination is already telling me, beautiful empaths, is that I think that you are going to have or be on a road to very significant financial success. And there is something about being able to use those resources wisely. It's kind of like an element of overcoming the forces of darkness, being able to be involved in a very practical, ambitious way, being able to be ambitious, really deliver some big stuff in the world, to be genuinely successful, and then apply your empathic qualities to the way in which your wisdom, your resources, and I think quite practical resources, are actually distributed. It's kind of that, you know, when people see money as being evil, and in reality, you know, money gets quite a bad name for itself, really, because money itself isn't evil, it's what people do with it. And I think part of your calling is to actually use money wisely, successfully, empathically, caringly. But let's draw more and see what else we're shown. Opportunity is your first card. This card speaks of new opportunities, although they may not necessarily come in the form that you were expecting. Be alert, look beyond the obvious. Be prepared for opportunities disguised as loss. If a new pathway opens for you, trust that it is leading you in the direction you are meant to go. How interesting. What else do we have here for you a year from now? Okay, so we have some quite specific information here. Angel of Tranquility. We have gentleness and Archangel Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations and environments. We have abundance mindset. You see, this is it, isn't it? If you think of your abundance of something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. But I think this is actually part of your vocation, your calling, is to be abundant. I mean, we're not being given specific information as yet about what your calling might be. It's almost as if you're being called simply to be successful, to be abundant, and understand not only how to create it, but then how to use it. I'm actually going to draw, I think, 2 cards from this pack. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped, and it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. This is like having an abundant mindset. I can't help feeling that you guys also, in terms of your spiritual pathway, may also have to overcome the kind of stuff that I think, again, very sensitive people often feel uncomfortable about asking for stuff, asking for help, asking for money. And sometimes it means that you can kind of, I won't say be a bit of a doormat, but you know, we'll draw cards in just a moment to see what else we're shown. But everything here is about you taking an absolute ownership of your entitlement to abundance, to success, and actually allowing yourself to have that. You have something to bring forth, and it's something that can bring you a lot of peace and happiness, and also genuinely bring other people peace and happiness. I feel like there's a shift needing to occur, where you own your right and entitlement, almost like to build your own empire. You know, now, what shall we draw? We'll use this pack next. Actually, no, I'm going to use this one first, I think. May we have more information for reading 1, please? How are reading 1 empaths to bring their gifts into the world? Or can we have more information about their vocation, calling? I'm rather loving that your vocation and calling is almost like very simply to be successful, to have it, to be ambitious. Don't be fearful of being ambitious. Don't feel it's something you should be ashamed of. Son of Swords is your first card. We then have the Ten of Wands. I'm seeing where this is going. We then have, oops, place our cards. We then have the Father of Pentacles. Okay. And then we have the Seven, oh, sorry, it's not the Seven, it's the Six of Wands. My apologies. It's me looking at the Roman numbers. So reading number one, you have this quite interesting message here as well for you. I'm just loving that your reading is saying, you know, your calling is to be successful. Your vocation, your purpose is to be ambitious, be successful. Don't be afraid to build what you want. You know, don't be afraid to have, to own, to do something with things, and also to lead. The Son of Swords, this is the Knight of Swords. You absolutely have the right to make the choices and decisions that are right for you. I think as an empath, what I'm being shown here is that it's very easy for you to, I think, be derailed by people or be derailed by other people's attitudes. Three Little Pigs, you know, the story of the Three Little Pigs, they had to keep overcoming, they had to outwit the fox. And ultimately, of course, they did. So this is a card, it's ruled by Pluto as well. It's all about transformation, rebirth, overcoming the forces of darkness. Look, you are someone who has just the right qualities to use money well, to put good into the world. Don't be afraid to own your success. Take an ownership of it. Be ambitious. You don't have to do everything yourself as well. What will happen, I think, in your life, on your journey of success, is that you will meet people along the way who are potentially greedy, or they want to jump on your bandwagon. They would like to ride on your success. You are going to meet people. Don't be derailed by those. It's all part of your own journey of learning to use your qualities of sensitivity as tools of discernment. You can and will be extremely successful, but as a leader, you will need to learn to sort of sort the wheat out from the chaff. And because you're very empathic, because you're very sensitive, it sometimes means that you will attract people who want to ride on your sensitivity, who take advantage of it. Part of your disappointments, I will use that word, the disappointments when you meet people who you kind of think, God, why did I let them in? Part of that is your own learning curve, because the more that you meet people like that and you start to pick up on those people, honestly, you'll start to literally feel their energy as they walk in the door, and you'll just know after a few sentences, a few words, you'll just know, oh, this person isn't right. And you can use your empathic skills to heighten your awareness of people who will come in and kind of burden you. You can take charge, you can be a leader, you can employ people, you can build, I say build your empire, but literally, and you can learn to use your choices wisely and without being thrown and without being derailed. This is part of your journey, part of your calling, your vocation, your purpose is to become someone who can really build something significant, be ambitious, be successful. And in the process of that journey, you're going to come across people that maybe don't behave very well, but part of the learning curve and part of the karmic pathway underlying your soul's journey is that you develop those skills that enable you to navigate successfully. It's like almost in the corporate world, the business world. The world of success is a very demanding world and very difficult for empathic people because, you know, you absorb everything, but you're going to learn to navigate this and your integrity will really, really help. Be gentle with yourself. Don't criticize yourself ever for the actions of others. Embrace the learning. Increase your capacity to use your intuitive and sensitive abilities to sort the wheat out from the chaff. And what will happen is you will build a team of people who are all singing from the same page. Now, let us draw more cards. May we have more information for reading number one, please? I'm loving your reading. I mean, it's about time some empathic people were at the top of, we need good people at the top of organizations, at the top of managing resources, so that things are used wisely and thoughtfully and caringly. You are needed, you are loved, you are desired, you are wanted. Oh, I think it's just those. Okay. We have the Six of Wands. How lovely that we have the Six of Wands and we have the Six of Wands. What an affirmation. You're going to need to be quite determined on occasions, okay? But just remember, this is okay. When you are going to inevitably come across people who behave a bit ruthlessly, with greedily, ruthlessly, those are the words that come through. But you can outwit them. You can... And I don't mean outwit in a negative way. I mean, you can learn to navigate around these people. You can see them coming. You can always keep your energy in balance. This card always, for me in this pack, the Two of Pentacles, speaks of ambitions. Look at these ships riding the waves. And the Magician. This is a card of co-creating with the universe. How interesting. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Ten of Swords. You are going to learn to handle these people. Part of your karmic pathway, I'm not saying it's easy, but part of your karmic pathway is truly that you learn to handle people who actually don't operate very well. You rise above them and you build something bigger and better. It's like building a business on ethics, on the values that are true to you. And look at this. Look at this. Here you are building that world. The Seven of Pentacles. With that spade, you can harvest, you can build, you can grow. And here we are, the Hermit. You will always have the capacity to be guided. We're really seeing, I love the Hermit card because it always tells me there is something incredibly singular and gifted within you. A purpose, a calling. The energy of the Hermit is about, I always feel it's like coming through a labyrinth and out the other side, knowing you're guided, knowing your intuition will serve you. This is a super lovely reading. I don't know what your specific calling is, but I do think it will probably ultimately, whatever you are involved in, if you're already working in the corporate world, then you're in the right environment. If you're working in a different way, I mean, it may be that you build a charity, it may be that you build an organization, or you're working within the community, but whatever you are doing, be prepared to be ambitious and dream big. Take an ownership of that mindset, because you are the kind of person who is going to use resources wisely, and part of your karmic pathway is not only to allow yourself to be in that position of abundance and to use those resources of success, but it's also about handling the kind of people who live in the world of success but don't operate very well. And you are going to see through them and present the world with a different model of working. You're the kind of people who will present the world with a model of working, like a different business model of working, that honours creativity, honours sensitivity. You might end up working in an HR department where you actually are the person who upholds the rights of people across the board, rather than just one particular type of person, people across the board, fighting for equality, standing up for equality. All of these areas are relevant to your success. Now I am going to draw one more card to complete your reading. May we have one more card that's just flown out. Please excuse my chuckle, but this could not be more. Affirmation. This is a like a crystal kind of soul, they're guardian cards, but it's soul purpose cards. Your affirmation: I have plenty of money with plenty to spare. Success is mine through perseverance, endurance and clear vision. I am grateful for the blessings in my life. I mean, you couldn't write it, could you really? This is philanthropist. Gosh, look at that. Rhodonite. I mean, this is it. You are destined, super souls. You are destined to be successful, to make money, to have plenty, and then to do good with it. You really, really are. Whatever resources come to you, hold that abundant mindset. Your calling, your purpose is exactly this. It is to be incredibly successful, however those resources come to you, and to use those resources wisely. Do you enjoy raising money for the welfare of those who are less fortunate? Activate philanthropic actions and notice how infinite supply becomes more available to you. Altruistic efforts improve the well-being of the lives of others as well as your own, and you are protected in this purpose. We couldn't write it, could we? Reading number one, I am... Gosh, I'm actually bubbling with excitement for you. The world needs you. The world needs people like you. And it is because you are an empath and you care that you can do this. This is magnificent. I love it. I love, love, love your reading. Reading number one, thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. I am just so grateful. Everything that you do will help this channel and also help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. So thank you. I do post pick a card readings usually on a Tuesday, a Friday, sometimes on a Saturday as well, and always on a Sunday for weekly guidance. So do tune in with those readings. If you are needing guidance at any time, I put the readings that answer specific questions into a timeless readings playlist. It's a resource, it's there for you. Check it out. Like, can I trust this person? Is this person trustworthy? Yes or no decisions. There's so much there for you to help you navigate this pathway to success, but the pathway is yours. It is your destiny. It is your calling. I'm sending you the biggest hug in the world. I'll put links to anything and everything that might be helpful to you. And for anyone interested in joining my Patreon community, I do all zodiac sign readings there, and also tutorials about how to read the cards and the runes. It's a very different site. It works on donations, and it's also there are no adverts on the videos, which is really lovely. But Super Souls, I'll put all the links to anything and everything that might be helpful to you in the description box and in the comments for phone users. But go, 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 be successful, own success. You are destined to be successful and to do a great deal of good with it. I mean, this is just amazing. It's amazing. I'm loving, loving your reading. Reading number two, welcome. You have the Earth Child, which in a traditional pack is the card of the world. You also have the rune of Gateway, and you then have it's a shield. I always feel this is like a shield of peace. It has a 5-petaled flower on it, and this is a sand dollar, which is about strength, flexibility, freedom, choosing your own pathway, being yourself. So I am curious. We are asking, you know, what is the calling here? What is the vocation? What is the purpose? How are your gifts to be utilized? Let us see. Expectation. This is an interesting card. Expectation is a form of memory. Our past experiences colour our expectations of future circumstances and outcomes. You are asked to release any form of negative expectations based on past experiences and centre yourself in the infinite possibility of now. Okay, what is your calling? What is your vocation? Take action. We have Angel of Balance. How interesting. We have Spiritual Understanding. Look at this, Sacred Geometry. And what do we have again, which is on, well, this is, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 6. So we've got a 5-petaled flower and a 6-petaled, well, flower. And the Dove of Peace. Let's draw 2 more from here. Conscious Consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to only buy products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. Okay, that's interesting. And then Organize for Success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organising your thoughts, reports, living and workspace and finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. And we have Take Action. How very interesting. Now, before we dive right into your reading, I am going to draw some tarot cards. Reading number 2. We are asking about the vocation, the calling, the purpose. How are the empaths of reading number 2 to utilize their gifts in this manner? May we kindly ask for information, please. Oh, I do see this too. There. Okay. Son of Wands. Okay, we have the card of Justice. Gosh, there's a lot of cat energy around you. We have the card of Strength with a lion. And then the Wheel of Fortune. How very, very interesting. So reading number 2, I'm seeing you as, the word I'm looking for is as an enabler. Someone who is able to bring about change through changing people's expectations, maybe through justice as well. Literally, some of you may actually work in fields or be called to work in fields that support, I mean some of you could even work in legal professions, but it is all about bringing things back into balance, navigating any form of inequality, enabling things to be moved forwards, to be shifted, changing perspectives, changing expectations. Now that's quite broad in one sense, but there's a real, for me, we're talking equality. We have scales here. Angel of Balance. Yeah. Conscious consumer. It's about changing people's perspectives, being organized. There's something very practical as well in your reading. It isn't just about having spiritual understanding. It's being able to integrate that spiritual understanding into your calling, your vocation, your work, in a way that creates change. You're operating on the basis of spiritual understanding, but some of you may be called to work, and indeed may be working in areas of the world where there isn't really an awareness of spiritual understanding. You can still operate from that viewpoint, even if you don't share that knowledge in such a direct way. Everything you're doing is about shifting people's perspectives, changing expectations, or changing the way things have been done to bring them back into a space of balance, of harmony. Very, very interesting. If you are drawn to any form of mediation, any form of, well, counselling, mediation, working in the law. There's a, working for, in the UK, we have an organisation called the Citizens Advice Bureau. It's a voluntary organisation, but it's where people who are needing help can go and seek advice and get help with problems, particularly legal problems as well. You're creating gateways for people. You're enabling people. That's the word that came through. You're an enabler. You literally are able to, in very real ways, assist people in making changes in their world. I'm going to draw more cards to seek more advice and guidance about reading number 2 and your calling, your purpose, your vocation. Lovely. Okay. So the card that showed up first, actually in the right way up, was in fact the Page of Cups. So I'm going to place that here. We then have the 5 of Pentacles, and we see somebody here really worrying. Some of you may actually become, I want to say, I talked about law and justice and helping people, Citizens Advice Bureau that we have here in the UK, inequality, injustice. We have financial difficulty here. You could become a financial advisor or somebody who helps someone in very practical terms organize their finances, or you might be working with the homeless. There's something very earthy and practical in your calling where you are actually operating on the basis of spiritual values, but you're able to transform and create real change for people, to move them from a space of incredible vulnerability to a place of equilibrium. We then have the Seven of Wands. Yes. We have the Ten of Swords. And we have the Four of Cups. I am really seeing you being somebody, you are an enabler, you are somebody who, let me move those cards along, I'm sure we can. I may draw some additional cards for the kind of professions, but I think in reality, your messages are really very clear, reading number 2. You're literally someone who works on the ground. You're somebody who is going to keep your connectedness to the shop floor, to the ground level of things. You're someone who supports, enables, shifts. You're very pragmatic. You're very good, very practical. You will literally turn things around. If you set up a community, I wouldn't be surprised if you set up a community garden that enabled other people, you know, maybe homeless people, to get fed, or working in some kind of it could be a legal profession, as I've said, but you're going to be really hands-on in helping people, organising their finances, becoming a housing officer. You could be a midwife, practically enabling people to birth into the world. But everything here is about transformation. You're going to be very active. It's not a sort of, you're not the kind of person who will sit in meditation 24/7. You're somebody who can meditate, and then on the basis of those real fundamental spiritual values, you can make them real and practical. Whatever you are doing and wherever you take it, you will change people's perspectives and perceptions through the actions that you take. You will help to address inequality. You will help people to, in real terms, overcome difficulties. You'll offer help, you'll offer support. Yeah, and I'm seeing you being very, very honoured in this position. You'll help people to complete periods of crisis and move forwards. 10 of Swords, it's a completion. Wheel of Fortune, there's a turning of things, a turning around, and overcoming, the card of Strength. And Justice, making sure justice is served, fairness, equality, but in practical terms as well. It could be equality for the earth, but it could be equality for people as well. And you will be very practical in this. Very, very practical. And you love this. This is what I would call a vocation. I'm not saying it won't be your career pathway too, and I'm not saying you won't be paid for it. But I am actually seeing this really is a vocation. It's where it matters to you. Equality really matters, to the point where you are prepared to kind of put your money where your mouth is, kind of thing. And literally you are prepared to actively move things forwards. You really are. You are an enabler. You are a transformer. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy in your reading. I think I'm going to draw some soul purpose cards just to see whether we are given an indication of the kinds of career pathways that come with this. I'm already seeing speaker communication showing up here, interestingly enough. You know, speak your truth. I'm heard and understood. I easily and honestly communicate what is on my mind. I speak eloquently. My courage helps me communicate with ease. Transforming through communication, changing expectations. Let's see what else we are shown. I am seeing you changing and transforming also, though, not just through words, but through actions. See both of these coming through. Okay, so we have journalist, we have police officer. Both of these are exactly the kind of professions that actually are sorting out injustice. Is it important that everyone follows the rules and regulations established by society and the law? This says police your thoughts, words and actions as you go deeper into your intentions and motives. Justice, but this is a justice card. This is about seeing justice is served, and even, you know, and I think potentially challenging through communication sometimes, challenging the expectations and the structures of society, of you know, if there is inequality, something not right, you're going to be one of those people that says actually that's not okay. It's lovely because we're also seeing that you are protected in this. I am safe and sound and out of harm's way. I follow the rules and expect others to do the same. I'm aware of how my thoughts, words and actions affect those around me. But for me, this card is really actually recognizing that you can make a difference. We have journalist, and again this is about objectively observing circumstances, investigation, being prepared to look, being prepared to apply your spiritual values to your vocation, your career pathway, being the person that says, hang on a minute, this isn't okay, we need to change this, how can we approach this? Your affirmation, I observe life from a higher perspective. Guidance and information flows through me. I am discerning, objective and practical in all areas of my life. I feel you are a mouthpiece, actually genuinely, for spirit. I think as you are an advocate, and yeah, you are an advocate, you are a voice, you are the voice of spirit and an advocate for spirit in whatever area this happens to emerge, whatever career or whatever area of your world this is about. Another one, I am good at managing the unlimited income that I earn. Now this is lovely because I did say to you, you deserve to be paid for this. Okay, because I'm seeing success here. I'm good at financial planning. Yes, you may be helping people to manage their finances in a practical way. I'm successful and prosperous. A wealth manager, finances. I mean, these are all areas of potential that actually we have already spoken about, so it's really, really interesting. I mean, I always think these cards are just amazing when you draw them out, and it's a huge pack with so many different vocations, but it's so clear. You are a voice for spirit in a practical, pragmatic, real way. You address inequality, you address problems, you transform expectations. You're prepared to speak out and put things right. You're prepared to be organized and support others in doing the same. You are prepared to give and assist people who can't see. Look at this. Here you are offering the cup of wisdom and insight to someone who is sort of blind to what's actually going on around them. Really, really interesting. How fascinating. I think your reading is complete. Beautiful reading number 2. Really, really super, super lovely. You open gateways for people. With the rune of gateway, it's a rune that symbolically invites us to climb to the top of a mountain, look back over all the circumstances that have led us to where we are, and lean into a space of gratitude for the learning. But we look at the learning, and because of that, we step through the gateway. You are the embodiment of that learning. You are also someone who can share that capacity to transform in very real and practical ways with others, so that transformation can genuinely and in real terms take place. Super, super, super work. You are a spiritual warrior. I know you are, and I know we all are, but really you are a spiritual pioneer, a spiritual voice for equality, for putting things right. I'm loving your reading. It feels so strong. The strength card, it really does. There's a strength. You can see both sides of the story. You can pull things in and work out how best to change things, how to transform. This is the Knight of Wands in a traditional pack. I'm loving this. And this is really, this is stuff that really speaks to your heart. It really, really does. And yeah, this 10 of Swords as well, that I would call the backstabbing, inequality, stuff that's not okay. You will address these issues. You're prepared to do so. You're prepared to actually make a difference. I love it. Reading number 2, you are awesome. You are absolutely awesome. It's your capacity as an empath, your ability to tune in to what is actually right, to know what's right. You feel injustice in your system. It runs through your veins and you know that it's not okay, and you are prepared to do something about it in real terms, whether it is in the immediacy of your world or in a much bigger way. But there's something about being very earthy and grounded, practical. Absolutely living this through the doing and the being of who you are. I love your reading, reading number 2. You are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Thank you for joining me here today for these readings. Super Souls, I post these pick a card readings generally on a Tuesday, on a Friday now, and sometimes on a Saturday as well. Always on a Sunday. Sunday's readings are about right here and now immediate guidance that Spirit wishes to give you for any messages and a heads up for the coming week. So do check those out. If you want to make sure that you never ever miss a reading as soon as I upload it, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. I do wish to say thank you for liking, subscribing and sharing as well, because it really does help to support the channel and it helps me to continue to put free stuff into the world. I am very, very grateful for all of you being here and for your support. And for anyone who wishes to give back through the super thanks, thank you. It's in the comments. Thank you very, very much. Your contributions are really, really appreciated. I do also post all zodiac sign readings on my Patreon site. It's a very, very different platform. Videos have absolutely no advertisements on them, which is lovely, but it works on the basis of donations, so do check that out as well. And I will put all the links to anything and everything that might be helpful to you in the description box, including my timeless readings playlist, where there's a whole wealth of pick a card readings that answer specific questions. So if you're ever having a wobble, you know, how will this pan out? Is this person trustworthy? All those kinds of readings are there in that playlist. So do check them out. And I'll put the link as well, along with all the other stuff. Tons and tons of love to you, reading number 2. Hey, beautiful, reading number 3. You have a little red cap. You have the fishbone. Oops. And you have the rune of wholeness, the path you must follow. In a traditional pack, this is actually the card of the Fool. So there's an energy of beginnings around you. Very, very interesting. Though Little Red Cap, also known as Little Red Riding Hood, was also, in a way, she was sensitive and, I want to say, sort of naive in the way that she was taken in by the wolf. So she had lessons that she had to learn because she was very, very trusting. And because she was trusting, she kind of got drawn into things. And that is a trait sometimes, beautiful empath people. I know myself, that is the case. We can be drawn into things. We can be too trusting, not really see that we're being maneuvered or manipulated. Now, with the fishbone, sometimes there's an indication that we need to get to the bare bones of something. And the pathway that we must follow is really what the Rune of Wholeness says and speaks to. Now, how that fits with your calling, vocation, purpose, how you use your gifts, I do not yet know, but let us draw cards and find out. So we have the bigger picture. Sometimes, particularly during times of accelerated growth, we feel confused and overwhelmed, unable to see the woods for the trees. This card asks you to stand back and to see the bigger picture. Everything is happening just as it should, and you will soon regain clarity. What I think is interesting, what we're seeing is woodland here. And a light. Little Red Riding Hood walked through woodland. It was actually a woodcutter who rescued her ultimately from the wolf, I think, that in the story, if I remember that correctly. So that's interesting. We've kind of got this energy of, I want to almost say, of the light coming through the woods. What are we being shown? We have within the next few weeks, now there's an interesting indication of something taking place. Okay, very interesting again. We have a sunlight here. We've got a pathway up to a temple. And trees here, again, lending themselves into our story here. countryside again, angel of grounding. How fascinating. We then have hello from heaven. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. This is very interesting. You're reading, it really is reading number 3. Very interesting energy. Positivity, faith and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path you're on. Keep the faith and keep going. There's something in your reading here about faith. We have a temple here. We have hello from heaven. Little Red Riding Hood was rescued ultimately by somebody who was able to see something clearly, who understood something. Sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Okay, your reading is really fascinating me. Really fascinating me, reading number 3. I feel there's more than one message coming through for you very clearly. May we have more information about the calling, vocation, the purpose of, and how to use empathic gifts for purpose, calling and vocation for reading number 3, please. Let me have a look. Okay, so we have the 8, the 8 of Pentacles. How interesting, weaving the web. We have the Hanged Man, okay, which is about seeing things clearly. The Mother of Cups. So this is the Queen of Cups. This involves emotions, self-care, and the Ace of Cups. I actually do feel that your purpose, your calling, is actually to assist people in, I would venture to say, the kind of professions like being a counsellor, being a psychotherapist, being, whether you work with nature, whether you, some form of therapy. Some form of therapeutic intervention that enables people to move through and beyond confusion, through and beyond perhaps naivety where they've been taken in by somebody. Helping people to remain grounded, to hold hope. That's very interesting. I am currently working on a very big course. I do tutorials already on Patreon, and I'm working on a very big course about teaching how to use the tarot cards and the runes, but really integrating lots and lots of different dimensions, because I worked as a counsellor and a psychotherapist for over 28 years. And so I'm bringing in and drawing on lots of different tools and aspects of working with cards and runes. I mean, it will be a little while in the making, but I'm loving it. I feel like you are the kind of people, empathic people, you actually have quite a direct line to heaven. I feel that you are able to dial into connections with others. I feel you are able to hold the light when people are sitting in a space of darkness. I think you are able to help people to see where they've gone wrong and what they can do to put it right. In counselling work, it is so easy for people to kind of want a counsellor to fix them, but we're not there to fix anybody. We're there to help them to fix themselves. We're there also, though, to hold hope, to hold positivity when they are in darkness, to see the bigger picture, to be able to be an anchor point for them, to be able to help them to navigate, you know, even if it's a space of just a few weeks, to help them to navigate difficulty, to remain grounded, hold hope, hold light, be that woodcutter who comes in and kind of rescues without rescuing. And it's not a counsellor's job to rescue, but a counsellor's job is there to hold hope, hold light, be an anchor point and walk with that person for a little way along their journey, so they can begin to see what they themselves can do to be able to bring about and nurture and bring about and rebirth change in their world. And I really do see you as somebody who has a calling or a connection to that level of working. Your intuition, your empathic qualities are absolutely perfect for this kind of work. But not only that, I think you have an additional connection to spirit as well. So you are both, you could be somebody who reads cards or are drawn to work in this way, but you absolutely have that gift. And the marvelous thing is you can use that gift to be an anchor point and support people at a time when they are in crisis. What I do wish to point out, which is coming through here, it's another message that was coming through so clearly, is that you do actually deserve to be paid for your work. Now, often, and I have certainly found this with my own counselling students, it's very easy to do, you know, we invest in all the training and time, energy, money, and then when we reach a point where we have to start charging, we have a kind of a meltdown, or we feel it's not okay to charge money. Here's somebody who's not okay. How can I ask them to pay for my time when they really need help? Actually, it's tremendously important that you do actually get paid for what you do, because in a way, if you are not honouring and valuing yourself and your time, you are actually presenting a picture of a lack of entitlement to the very people who you're trying to help develop a sense of their own entitlement. If you have somebody with low self-esteem and you don't charge or value yourself, you're mirroring something that is unhelpful. When you actually honour yourself, it doesn't matter what you charge, but whatever you're charging for your time, it should be appropriate, right and fair. And that actually, whether you realise it or not, is actually inspirational, and it's a guiding light for somebody whose self-esteem is not very high or who is experiencing problems. You're sort of saying, well, actually, you know, you can get through these problems and you deserve to be honoured. You deserve to receive what you need. So there's a second layer of message in your reading. This is a very strong kind of calling, vocation, purpose to assist people at a time of darkness, whether it's psychologically, emotionally or spiritually. But at the same time, it is tremendously important that you yourself do not demonstrate a lack in that process. Let's draw more cards. Let's see what we have for reading number 3. Okay, so this is really lovely. 6 of Cups. Isn't this beautiful? It's like there's a lot to share here. This is gorgeous. I mean, this is a card of generosity, benevolence, charity, gifting, overflowing with love. So I see that. That is super nice. We're seeing contentment. Yes, this is lovely. You are absolutely somebody who can share your gifts and be rewarded. Receive abundance, not just receive a minimal wage for what you do, but receive abundance for what you do. You are life transformative. We have the card of the world. You are able to transform people's lives. You have a gift. You have a connection with spirit. Yeah, you can help people navigate through the turbulence in their lives. We have 6 of Swords. And the Moon, you can help to illuminate, bring illumination at times of challenge and darkness. Your calling and your vocation, I think, is intrinsically connected to helping people emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, being that connection with spirit for them, helping them to see the bigger picture, holding hope in times of darkness, helping them to see how they themselves can activate their own capacity to make change. You can have an abundance to give in this way. You also have the entitlement to receive this for yourself, and you yourself will be a beacon of light. You are life transformative to people. You may not actually realize whether it's those safer conversations that you have with somebody. You're probably the sort of person, you know, when you go out and suddenly people just suddenly start to pour their hearts out to you, a complete stranger on the bus, and tell you their life story. This is the kind of stuff that you're probably already knowing, that this is what happens. People just confide in you, people trust in you, people automatically feel at ease, they want to talk to you, they want to open themselves up. You can get to the bare bones of things. They want your support, they want you to be the woodcutter who comes in and fixes things. The key here is learning not to be the fixer, but to be the anchor point, the voice, but also to know that you deserve to be rewarded for this. And you have the gifts and the ability to take this further. You really do. So sever vows of poverty. Take ownership of your own entitlement to be paid for what you do. You are very good at helping people through the turbulent waters. You can be a light. You can illuminate the dark in the darkness. You can hold the bigger picture. You really do hold hope for a lot of people. And you can help people to transform, to learn to nurture themselves and create new beginnings through awareness, new beginnings where they take conscious charge of their choices in life. This is a super lovely reading number 3. You know, you are literally one of those people who has the gifts that can support people in times of difficulty, which is why I think people confide in you all the time. People are always talking to you, opening up to you, sharing with you. It's time to use those qualities within you. If you are not already using them, it's time to use them in some form of profession for which you will be extremely well paid. That's the add-on here. It's really important. Again, it's super lovely to be giving and gifting and almost innocent in your approach to people. But actually, you need to develop your own wisdom and know that you deserve as well. I'm loving your reading. It's absolutely super lovely. It really, really is. Now, I'm going to draw from the... these are your soul purpose cards. So let's come with affirmations as well. So may we ask... Okay, I'm going to place that there. Yeah, I think just the one card for you. We have, your affirmation is, I am safe and sound and out of harm's way. I follow the rules and expect others to do the same. I'm aware of how my thoughts, words and actions affect those around me. Now, this is interesting because this came up in one of the other readings. It's a police officer. Very interesting, because really I'm not hearing you in that kind of profession. I'm not saying you won't be. If you are, you might well be somebody who's really community based because you're holding hope. You might be somebody who within that system is someone who sits and talks to people, supports people, finds out what's really at the root of the problem, because I'm really seeing that. You get to the root of the problem, you get to the bare bones. I think with the rules, the regulations established by society and the law, words and actions, I think you are very conscious of boundaries. This card is really speaking to me of boundaries and understanding that where boundaries are not present, things go wrong. I will actually draw some more cards. I actually feel wasn't sure initially, but I think I will draw some more. May we have more information and guidance for reading number 3? What kind of professions might they take? Their ability to see the bigger picture, to hold hope. Okay. We have another affirmation card. It is easy for me to see beyond the obvious. I'm extremely intuitive and perceptive. I am aware of what thoughts, people or situations need to be realigned in my life. And we have intuitive. This is phantom quartz points. Do you just know things about people or situations without conscious reasoning? Embrace your intuitive nature. Trust your gut feeling. Believe yourself. Look deeper. Uncover information to aid yourself and others in restoring clarity and balance. This is so very interesting, because it's kind of that ability to see, to connect, to hold the bigger picture. Yeah, to uphold Yeah, to uphold it's I say to uphold it, it's like it literally is holding hope at times of darkness. See this card too. I love this. I have a great sense of humour and uplift others through levity. I am quite the character and enjoy being the centre of attention. Now, that may not be entirely true for all of you, because I do get the impression that you are not necessarily extrovert. But this says, I love to tell jokes and make people laugh. This is comedian. Are you natural at sharing relatable stories that make others laugh? Observe the patterns of your life, realise that you're not the only one, and find the levity in observing and participating in events and laughter. What I want to say about this, and I think it's really interesting, because I'm not suggesting you are extroverted, but what I do think is, and I've certainly noticed this in my counselling students, is that some people learn to play the fool. And they, on the one hand, it's a wonderful gift to be able to laugh about things. It's a very good way of actually being able to lift people, to help people to laugh at life, to see the bigger picture. It changes the vibration. It's also very important to recognise if somebody has learned to be the clown, that part of that is also a way of navigating difficult experiences. Again, I feel that your intuitive qualities here help you to understand the way that people defend themselves. I've heard interviews with comedians who acknowledge that on stage they look like the life and soul of the party, but actually they are deeply, deeply sensitive. Many of them have come from quite challenging upbringings, which has led them into this space of being a comedian. And likewise, you know, people who've experienced difficulty, who come into the world with a sense of justice, or their boundaries have been walked over. I feel that you are someone who can help many, many people to understand how their defences have been set up and why, how they manage life, and indeed how to navigate differently. I really do feel you have an incredible capacity to be a vehicle for spirit in this particular way. Reading number 3, I'm loving your reading. It does feel like a vocation and a calling and a purpose, but one that you must also charge for. Super Souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. I post pick a card readings several every week. I post usually on a Tuesday and a Friday, sometimes on a Saturday as well, and on Sundays I always post a pick a card reading for immediate guidance right here, right now, and for the coming week. So we really get the heads up for information on how to navigate the week as we move along. Thank you so much for all of you for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help the channel, and it does also help me to continue to put free stuff into the world. If you want to make sure that you never ever miss a reading as soon as I upload it, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream. And for anyone that is interested in learning to read the cards and the runes, I do a tutorial every month on Patreon and my Patreon community, and I also do my all zodiac sign readings for every moon month there. I use a moon month rather than a calendar month, but you know, they're big readings. And Patreon is different to YouTube. It kind of works on donations, basically. It works on donations, and but there are no advertisements in the videos. Super Souls, sending you all the love in the world. Use your gifts. You are very, very gifted and very, very talented at what you do.